welcome to this channel. It's a delight to come your way again. If you're watching us for the first time, I would advise that you subscribe and hit on the notification bell so that you'll be notified anytime a new video is uploaded. So today we're going to be using the rosebud we had done in our previous video and inculcated into Fascinator project. Okay, so if you've not seen the video on how to make this beautiful rosebud, I would advise that you go and have a look at it first and then come on to this video when you're done. Okay, so what I have done with the shape in front of me was to generate a bigger size of our stencil, which we used for our rose petal. Okay, and that is also in that video. So you're going to generate a bigger size. So what I've done is just to place it somewhere here in the corner, drawn about 1.5 inches around, and then as we went to the top, I did about 2.5 inches at the top space. Okay, so on the sides I left about 1.5 inches space, and as I came up I opened it up to 2.5 inches just to trace it around. So the bigger size petal is what we are going to be using in a cinnamon. So you cut that on a bias, as you can see. The grain of our cinnamon is on the bias, and then you cut a strip also that is going to go around the edging here as well on a bias. Okay, 2 inches width and the length of your circumference for your shape is what you're going to cut. Now I'm going to get my millinery wire, and as usual for shaping, get it onto the edges and then come and finish it off with my cinnamon strip, ribbon strip. So I'm going to go ahead and measure the length of millinery wire that will go around the circumference of my shape, and then we take it from there. So what I'm doing now is to just shape the millinery wire into the shape of our cinnamon. Okay, and then we can start binding them together and then our stitching. All right, so I've finished binding my shape together with cotton thread just to hold the shape in place. Now we're going to start stitching millinery wire onto our cinnamon. Okay, so as usual, I am using my nylon thread, not 0.05, and I'm going to start stitching from the corner here, and then we work our way up. As we stitch, I'm going to be trying to shape my millinery wire according to the shape of our cinnamon here. Okay, so I'm going to go in and out. Remember, as usual, our shorter stitches stays out and the longer stitches will always stay in. Okay, if you are hearing this for the first time and you're a bit confused, you can refer to some of our videos to give you an idea of what I am talking about. So I'm going to come in again to hook onto my knotted thread to secure our first stitch, and then we carry on stitching from there. All right, so we are going to be doing the edging for our shape. Now we are preparing the cinnamon strip for edging. Okay, so as usual, you put them into 2 equal halves like that, and then you open them up and fold one half towards the center and fold the other half towards the center and bring it, both of them together like that. Now what we're going to do is try and put a curved shape into the strip, as it looks too rigid to work with at the moment. So you pull and bend, you pull and bend, pull and bend like that till you get to the end. All right, so our ribbon is ready to be used. Okay, I'm going to start stitching it onto it here with our nylon thread, which is knotted. So as usual, I'm going to go in and then come back in on a shorter stitch to secure my thread as I lock it into my loop. Then we start stitching. So the longer stitches stay in and then our shorter stitches stay out. Okay, so just pick a little bit like a strand of weave going back in, and then we carry on like that. Right, so to finish this bit off, you fold it in a little bit like that, and then you stitch it down on top of it. Okay, so things are beginning to come together. All right, so after you've done the shape, you're going to turn the outside of it up into this form. Okay, and then I've gone ahead to do something extra. I'm going to talk to you about it. So I have wrapped some ribbon around a bamboo skewer, and then I have sticked a pearl at the top here. All right, so this is what you're going to do. You grab your ribbon, and this is a 1/2 inch ribbon. Just bend the ends to secure the ends. All right, you're going to start from the top here. Okay, and then I'm going to put some glue onto it like that. And then you start rolling it in. Okay. So we are going to basically twist the skewer around the ribbon to cover it all the way down. Okay. So after you finish wrapping your ribbon around your skewer, you put a little glue up here, and then you stick it in the hole of your pearl. All right. Now we're getting ready to assemble everything. We're going to have to put this one here like that, and then our skewers will come over here. All right, so you cut some bird cage veil about 16 inches long, and this step is entirely up to you, but the purpose is to hide the bit of the skewers. It's not that bad, but the purpose is just to hide a bit of the skewers and also to give it some pizzazz. Okay, so I'm going to get some thread to bind this together, and then we carry on from there. So it's just some plain fishing line. It's just some fishing line thread I'm using to wrap around it here, and then we're going to secure it and bend the ends off as we make our knot. Okay, let's start putting the bits together. So I'm going to put some glue here, and then we stick our rosebud onto it. Okay, we stick our rosebud onto it, but remember the glue is going to be a little bit of mess at the back. So what I have cut is some ribbon in the shape of this, but a smaller size, and I have put on top of it the cinnamon. Okay, we're going to use it to cover up the patch over here, right? Just a little bit, not too much, and then I don't want to have too much of the glue on top of this, and then use this as a cover over it, just so that it looks presentable from the other end. I'm going to press with some more so that our ribbon is quite in place. Okay, so that looks properly done from all sides, as we can see. Now the next thing is to get our skewer sticks together with our bird cage veil positioned somewhere, and that's what I'm going to try to do now. Okay, I'm going to get some glue, and then I stick this onto it somewhere here as well. So I just applied some glue here, and then I placed the skewer there. I'm going to put pressure on it and make sure they are bonded together before I let it go. All right, so we are done with the arrangements. As you can see, I've just done some pearl beads here to cover the little mess, and then to use another pearl to reinforce our net to the cinnamon shape. I've put a few pearls in between to cover a few of the glue marks. All right, the last thing we are left to do is to put a hair clip to it. So I've cut a shape out of a ribbon, just like that. I've bent the ends with a lighter, and then I have stuck the clip onto it. Now I'm going to look for where the weight sits most and try and position clip there. So that's going to be somewhere here. I'm going to get some glue onto this bit here, and then I will attach that to it, and then we are good to go. Okay, so we've come to the end of today's project. I hope you enjoyed it. We've stuck a few feathers here and there and over here as well with a pearl arrangement and all that, and we have our clip over there. So that is it. I'm going to try to put it on a mannequin and then you get to see it. I hope you enjoyed today's session. If you did, don't forget to give our video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you've not done that already. Also, don't forget to visit our other channel, which is Podcast with Sheila, for inspiring real life experiences. Until we meet again in our next video,